This screencast will show you an overview of the Blackboard Calendar tool. From your Blackboard homepage when you log in, you can find the Blackboard Calendar tool in a number of places. You can find it here under Tools, or if you go into this section which is called My Blackboard and click on the down arrow, you can find the course and institutional calendar for Blackboard. Let's click on that once. This calendar panel will show every due date assigned for every course in Blackboard. As it's opened, this view is set on weekly view. I can change it to daily or to monthly if I want to get a sense of which weeks have a lot of activities. I'm enrolled in a number of courses. You can see that every due date in every course has a different color here, and that often corresponds with the course color here in this course list at the bottom of the calendar panel. I'm going to change it back to weekly. I can also advance and look at another month, or I can click on a particular date. If I scroll down a bit here, I can see a number of the courses that I am in. You can change this view and look at one course at a time. You would unselect all and then select just those courses that you would like to see the due dates from. If you scroll all the way to the bottom of your course list, and again I'm enrolled in many from my role as an instructional designer, I can also get a link to sync this calendar with my Outlook calendar. So I click on this link, I copy and paste this, and in Blackboard, so I am just going to use a Control+C. I do not want to do regenerate. I can just then cancel. That gives me a URL to put into my Outlook calendar. If I now go into my Outlook and go into File, then Account Settings, then I go into Internet Calendars, I select New, and then I copy and paste the new calendar. So because I have already added it here, I'm going to show you what this looks like. Once you copy and paste that URL and click Add, then Outlook will ask you if you want a particular folder name. You might want to call this Blackboard Calendar. So in fact, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to change this to say Blackboard Calendar. And I click OK. It takes about 24 hours for the new calendar that you add to sync with your calendar system. This same process can be used to add the Blackboard calendar to a Google Calendar or to an iPhone calendar with a few variations and steps. Let's go back into Blackboard. So that is how I find the Blackboard calendar. That's one way I can find it. I'm going to go back into a course site. I can easily navigate between course sites from this tab up here. So I'm going to go back into this master site. Now let's say I'm in a course and I want students to easily see the calendar. I can go up here and to this plus sign on the navigation menu. I can click on that and then click on Tool Link. From this tool menu, I can find the calendar. Then I'm going to give it, I can say course calendar, or I can just say calendar. You could even give it the title of your course name. I'm going to make sure students can see it by clicking this Available to Users and Submit. Anytime I add new content here in Blackboard, it always drops to the bottom, so I can move it up. I might want students to see it right away, and so I might want it to be here on my Getting Started menu. If I click on that, you will notice a similar panel to what we just looked at. And again, I can change the view, I can change the date by moving ahead or back. and here is my calendar view right embedded in the course. You can also add additional dates. So for example, let's say there's an activity that's not related to an assignment or doesn't count for points, but perhaps it's an appointment for office hours. You could click this plus sign and create a new event for your course here. You might also, students can do that also, but they cannot assign it to the course. You as an instructor can assign it to the course. Students are just assigning it to their personal calendar, but they might choose to do that if they want to remember. And maybe they have a study group appointment. They can do that, and then if they've synced it with their Outlook calendar, all of those due dates are appearing in more than one location, which is really helpful. The way that the dates get on a calendar is if we assign a due date, and this is the key piece in any assessment that you do. So for example, an assignment that I might create, I'm not going to create one now, but I'm just going to go down and show you this due date that I assign, and let's say I'm going to have it due today at the end of the day. Actually, I'm going to change that and have it due next Monday, give them some time. This due date is what syncs up with the Blackboard calendar. And again, if they sync their Blackboard calendar with their other calendar systems, they will always have those due dates. This also works when I use a Blackboard tool. So for example, here with a blog, I can go in, I'm just going to go in and edit one. If I assign a due date, that will appear on the student's calendar as well. So really key to keeping the calendar update is the accurate and continual logging of the due dates in the Blackboard system. You can use that for any Blackboard tool available to you. You can add due dates. The only time this might be a little bit different, and let's go back and look at the calendar. If I have a discussion forum and I want one due date for students to post and another due date for students to reply, when I add that discussion folder, the only date that will appear is the first date of post in the discussion. However, I can come here to this calendar panel, click Create New Event, and I could put that reply due date in there so students would see both of those events. So that's a little extra step to do, but it will keep the dates accurate in your calendar system. So good luck using the calendar tool. We find students really appreciate an updated due date calendar.